Hello, coin collectors out there. Welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. Check out these two very nice Buffalo Head Indian nickels. Now, I made a video about these two particular ones a little while ago, kind of trying to determine the value or the grade associated with them. And to kind of quickly recap what we talked about in that before we get into the two major error types for 1936 and 1937, let's talk about the grading of the coin, and then we'll flip it over and take a look for that 3.5-legged 1936 or that 3-legged 1937 to see if we've got one of those cool errors with these coins. Now, in the video in which I tried to determine the value of these coins, I kind of came to the conclusion that the one on the left was probably a about uncirculated, so there was minor traces of wear or abrasion are visible on the coin, but the mint luster is almost complete. So this coin on the left, as we can see, some minor abrasions, minor traces of wear, but it's still got a lot of that original luster. The coin on the right here, I determined, kind of came to the conclusion that that was probably a extra fine 40. So if we look up the prices associated with that for 1936, that would be around $4 for a EX40 and around $9 to $10 for a AU55. So that's what we're looking at as far as just the general value of these two coins right here. However, what could really set your coins apart is if you've got one of the errors that are associated with 1936 and 1937. Now, one of the reasons why these errors exist is because of the really high mintage of these two coins. In 1936, there are 119 million made at the Philadelphia, 24 million made at the Denver, and 14 million made at the San Francisco. 1937 featured some high mintage as well. So we had 79 million made at the Philadelphia, 17 million made at the Denver, and just 5.6 million made at the San Francisco. Now, as far as the mint mark for your particular coin, where you will find that is on the reverse of the coin, right around the bottom right there, right around the 5 cents. So that's where to look for it. If your coin doesn't have a mint mark on it, that indicates that it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. So that's rather common if yours doesn't have a mint mark on it. Now, the two errors that we want to talk about today were the 3.5-legged. Now, that one's actually associated with the 1936 Denver Mint. Both of these are actually associated with the 1936 Denver. So since ours does not have that D mint mark on it, we can, assume that these two, we can verify that these two aren't part of that. Now, they could have their own error associated with them, but these are definitely not the 1936 3.5 or 3-legged coin. So the actual error, though, if we were to have it, kind of have to do a little bit of a hypothetical here, but if you look at the front leg and the front hoof of the buffalo right here, with the 3.5-legged coin, half of the leg is kind of worn out, is non-existent, and the 3-legged coin, obviously the full leg, is worn. So here's what the Cherry Picker's Guide to Rare Die and Variety Coins has to say about the 1936D. The right front leg of the buffalo on this variety has been partially polished off of the die, similar to the famous 1937D 3-leg variety, but not as severe. It is from the same die as the 1936D variety. So that coin is extremely rare. And at a mint state 63, the Cherry Picker's Guide gives that a price guide of $20,000. So a very valuable coin right there. With the 1937D 3-legged, kind of similar, except it's a little bit more extreme. So here's what the Cherry Picker's Guide says about that one. The reverse die was heavily polished, possibly to remove clash marks. The result was in the die with portions of the bison's right leg from, the result was a die with portions of the bison's right leg from the leg of the bison's right front leg are missing. Sorry, that took me a little while to get out. The right front leg are missing. Hence the nickname three-legged buffalo nickel. And that is a little bit more common. So the price of a Mint State 63 era coin is $4,500. So that's the two very cool 3.5-legged and 3-legged buffalo nickel descriptions that you should be looking for. Now, as far as the prices of the non-error versions, as I mentioned, those are only going to be worth around $4 to $10 for a current condition like these two right here. If you get one in a very high graded, those can be worth a lot of money. The PCGS has a rarity and survival estimate for the 1936 nickel as being, let me pull that up, as being just 6,000 surviving at a Mint State 65 or better. So check out your coins. If you've got a 1936 and you've got that Denver Mint on the reverse side of the coin right here, you could have that 3.5-legged or 3-legged error associated with the 1936 and the 1937 Buffalo Nickels. All right, everyone, that's all the info that I've got for you today. If you enjoyed watching this video, feel free to let me know what other coin videos you would like to see on the channel. Although I don't reply to most of the comments, I do look at them to look for new suggestions as far as videos to make. Thank you very much for watching this video, everyone. Take care and best of luck coin collecting out there. Enjoy.